If you're looking to ease yourself into the world of EVs, then this could be the vehicle for you. In this episode, I'm talking to Andy Kennedy, owner of a Toyota Hybrid RAV4. I'm Adrian Maidment, and this is EV Quest.
Hi, I'm Andy Kennedy, and I'd like to tell you about my RAV4 2020 RAV4 Hybrid. Now, I haven't gone out and bought a full battery electric vehicle due to the price for the range factor. So I went to the middle ground and bought a hybrid instead. Luckily, Toyota New Zealand and Toyota itself have a range of hybrids for every model, so that aren't too much more than the standard vehicle. So this particular model was actually got the fastest RAV4 in the range in New Zealand, faster than the petrol ones, and it seemed to suit what I wanted. What I like about this vehicle is the easy access in and out of the vehicle and the upright seating position like with most SUVs. Another feature is the quiet operation when driving around compared to a petrol-powered one. One of the main reasons why I got this vehicle is at the rear to come around with me. Good rear accommodation.
Well, that's quite spacious, actually.
Yeah. I've got the seat as far back as you can go.
Yeah, so that's back for you.
Yeah.
It's a bit tight because you're, how tall are you?
6'2".
6'2", and I'm about the same, so heaps of headroom.
Yep, he's got headroom, isn't it?
Yeah. I wouldn't want to be here for too long with you there, but it'd be fine there.
Yeah.
And that's not so, was it? Oh, that's about the same. What else is it? There's two USB ports?
Yep.
Two USB ports, fan, and this can move back as well, can't it?
Don't think so. No.
Can't move back. This cannot move back, but headroom's good, legroom's good, USB ports, fans. I feel comfortable.
What I like about this vehicle is the size cargo space, and underneath here is a full-size rear wheel, which is a lot more reassuring than the wheelbarrow type of space saver you get in a lot of vehicles.
A suitcase if I was up, down. Trouble with my fan. Ooh. Pretty good, and that's not automatic, is it?
Not that one.
I think the top.
I think top one's it.
Yeah, the top one's the.
One of the features of this is the energy distribution diagram that shows you where the electricity is travelling to, whether it's to the motor or to the battery or from the engine power to there. So when you drive it, I adapt the driving to get the best economy from the vehicle. And currently, without doing anything different, I get 5.4 litres per 100k, which is pretty good for a 2.5 litre engine. These are a bit easier to handle. It's got dual split heating, so you can have different temperatures side to side, and also heating to go to the rear. I find this screen here a little bit intruding. I'd rather have it flat or integrated more into the dash. Now down here you have a EV mode, so you can actually drive it around under electric vehicle if you want to be silent in your arrival or departure, or just moving the car out to wash it so you don't have a cold start. And a trail function to give you increased traction when off-road or slippery conditions.
So when you start her up,
Yep.
is it in engine or is it in?
It started now, it's going now.
Oh, is it going now?
Yep. You can tell it's going because it says ready. And one of the problems of these is not turning the engine off when you go out, and they won't lock because it's still turned on. Like the normal electric vehicles, the high voltage is underneath the orange cables. This is dynamic force engine, and this is the inverters and electric motor under here. Now, a RAV4 has one 2.5 litre petrol engine, 14:1 compression ratio, which is amazing for a petrol engine, using 91 fuel. And it uses an Atkinson cycle valve system, which gives it extremely high thermal efficiency, one of the highest in the world, around about 40%, which is not much when you compare to electric, but petrol is pretty good.
And it's on the TNGA platforms.
Yeah, the new TNGA. Now, so with this 2.5 and the electric drive motor in the front and electric drive motor for the rear axle, performance is quite adequate and actually better than most. Now, the battery is a nickel metal hydride, which suits hybrids at a lower cost than lithium ion and easier to recycle, I'm told. And one feature you have to be careful for, I'll show you, is, coming around here, is covering the cooling vent for the battery. People putting things like this over it.
Is it just down there at the...
Yeah. The air flows through in here and it cools the batteries. Now,
so don't cover that up?
Yeah, don't put a seat cover and cover it up. The safety plug that disables the battery is just down underneath here and is quite easy access. Luckily, it has a cover to stop children from popping it off and disabling the vehicle. For a hybrid, it's got quite a high tow rating, which is 1,500 capacity tow rating, which is pretty good.
Any problems or things that are irritating you about the car?
There's not many things that irritate me. The handling and driving is adequate, it's not exciting. The worst thing is the engine noise under heavy acceleration is more prominent, but probably exaggerated because the car is so quiet. So when you drive normally it's very quiet, but under heavy load there's quite a bit of engine noise. One of the reasons for that is that when I'm driving around, the computer will set the engine RPM to the most efficient range and you don't have too much control over it, and so the noise is quite intrusive, I think.
What about what about the CVT gearbox?
Yeah, the CVT gearbox is not a normal one with a belt. It's an amazing planetary gear system. It's very simple. It controls the drive output through the engine, one generator and another generator, all linked through a simple planetary gear system. That system has no belt, so it's very good at distributing power, whether it's electric only or under power and electric, or braking and regenerating and recharging the battery. It doesn't have a conventional starter motor. It uses one of the generators to seamlessly start the engine without any starter motor noises, which is perfect for commuting.
So what's the longest trip you've driven on?
Down to Wellington, it's 5.5 hours driving. It does, when I fill it up, it's just under 1,000 kilometre range. So there's a 55 litre tank, so I normally put just under 50 litres, and it gives me range just under 1,000 kilometres.
So you got no range anxiety?
No, range anxiety is all gone. So one thing I like is when you come to a stop, you can hear the electric motor regenerating, recharging the battery. So I try to do my braking is more gradual, so as not to wear at the brake pads and just recharge the battery for the saved energy of regeneration.
Yeah, so the brakes are lasting longer.
Brakes last longer and you use less fuel.
Summing it all up?
No, I think there's a good solution for the situation we're in at the moment is in the transition to full battery or hydrogen powered vehicles with a compromise of costs, and it suits me quite well because it takes away the whole range anxiety sort of thing, and I'm pretty happy with it.
Excellent, thank you. A big thanks to Andy for the tour and drive in his Toyota Hybrid RAV4. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover in a future video, let me know in the comments below, and please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps, it really helps.